I'm going to demonstrate using Mermaid to create a simple flowchart showing a recruitment process. For this video I'm using the Mermaid Flow app rather than the Mermaid Live editor, as I think the layout's a bit clearer. I'll put links to both editors in the description. I think it's good practice that a diagram always has a title, so 3 dashes, title keyword, colon, title, and then 3 dashes. Now we define the diagram type, so it's flowchart, TD for top down. I'm using the Mermaid 11.3 syntax, so create a node called start, opens and braces, define the shape, so a circle, and then give it a label of start. Now from our start node we define a flow to our next node, 2 dashes and a greater than, then ID1, our next node. This is a rectangle, so the shape's set to rect, and the label is place job advert. Now from ID1 we flow to our next node called ID2. You can see my naming convention. Open the braces, set the shape as rect for rectangle, and a label, which is review job applications. Now our third node, ID3, is a bit different. It's a decision, and following UML syntax, decisions have a shape of a diamond. I'm going to split our label over 2 lines, so to do that I'm putting in the break character. Now we can also put labels in our flows, so from ID3 we have a flow to a success, which will be ID4 node, which has a shape of a rectangle, and here the label is make a job offer. The alternative from ID3 is a flow called unsuccessful. This will go to node ID5, which will also have a shape of rectangle, short of rect. The label here is reject candidate. Now for ID5 we have a flow which I'm calling re-advertise, which goes all the way back to ID1 to start our recruitment process again. Now ID4, which is success, goes on to ID6, but there's several things we want to do for a successful candidate, so we use the UML fork, which is a horizontal bar which allows serialized parallel activities to set up a new employee. So from ID6 our first activity will be node ID7, which will be a typical rectangle, and the label for this one is just going to be order IT equipment. Now in parallel from ID6 we're going to execute our next node, ID8. And the shape here is going to be set to rectangle, and the label for this one is going to be add to payroll. Now as you can see, ID7 and ID8 both go to a node called split. Now split is where we bring our parallel activities back to a sequential. We do that using another fork. So the shape is set to fork, which is one of our horizontal bars. And from split, we then go to another node, ID 9, open the braces, define the shape as a rectangle, bit of a typo there. And the labels employee induction. So that's really got our process defined. So we now need to close our diagram, and we do that by going to a node called finish and use it, and the shape here is cross circle, which is a standard way to finish a UML diagram. Now, although that's our process, we can make it a little bit clearer. So for reject candidate, we can bring some formatting to show that the process ends and has to be restarted by using the style function. So for style for ID file, I'm going to fill the box in pink. And that is our completed diagram.